Tony here, Lisa here, and if you can't tell, we are at Animal Kingdom, and today's video is all about
animals.
Yes, and the Kilimanjaro Safari. So this will be a point of view. We're gonna look at some animals. Just look at it.
Sometimes when I see them, I like to look at them.
Lisa and I like to ask for the back row because honestly, like, the back row is the best seat. Because if you miss something, you just turn around and just look at them.
Safari. Is it anyone's first night safari? Yes, wonderful. So while we're out there, you're probably going to want to take as many pictures as humanly possible. So keep those cameras and phones in a sports or action setting. However, for the safety of the animals and the comfort of those around you, we do ask that you refrain from using flash photography. Also, please do not use flashlights of any kind. We don't want to scare or disorient any of the animals we see. We want them to stay as close and as comfortable as possible. Also, please do not drop anything from the truck because if you do drop it, I can't go get it and you might not get it back, so keep a tight grip. On the top of their heads called ossicones. On your left-hand side, these are called bongos.
Look at all those bongos. Just look at them.
Because of how rarely they are seen. So we're very lucky to be able to find bongos. Might notice their horns are female because they do not have horns. Male Grigikudu, on the other hand, will grow their horns to be about 6 feet long. Kind of a record around here in the forest.
Gets a little bumpy here.
On your left-hand side, top of the ridge there, you see? There is a black rhino. Looks like a rock, but it has legs.
Look, it's like a rock, but it has legs.
Pounds and fully grown, but it's a rather rare sight, as there are less than 5,000 of them left in the world today. Extremely unfortunate, and honestly, it doesn't make sense. See, they get poached for their horns, but their horns are made of the same thing that our fingernails and hair is made of, keratin. So why are they getting poached for something we already have too much of? There's a lot of keratin on my truck alone. Let's try just around the river bend on your left-hand side. Oh, Nile hippo. They can get to be about 5,500 pounds and fully grown, and they can hold their breath for about 8 minutes. Only thing is, they are extremely territorial, which makes them one of the most dangerous animals here in Africa. So we're going to want to get off their territory soon. But before we do, let me introduce some of the birds around here, such as the gray birds on the island. Those are pink-backed pelicans. Their backs will turn pink during mating season, so they can attract a mate. So that pink is a very attractive color. They like to stay in large groups like they're in because they are very social birds that do a lot of feeding amongst each other.
Yeah.
Normally the birds will eat things such as fish, but if the need does arise, then they will eat other smaller birds. But it looks like we've also found some sharp teeth connected to these Nile crocodiles. They can get to be about 18 to 20 feet long when fully grown, and if you see them holding open their mouths, that is not so they can show off their pearly whites. Rather, it is so they can let out all that hot body heat within them, because they are cold-blooded creatures, which means they control their body temperature differently than warm-blooded creatures like you and I. Another technique they use is mating still for long periods of time. Also, add that with how they can hold their breath for about 2 hours, and you've got some excellent ambush animals. Although the river is quite a beautiful place, it's also home to quite a few dangerous creatures, so it is good we're headed away from there now. That's baobab tree and towards the savannah. Yes. The savannah, as you can see, is a lot more open than the forest. There's less bushes, less trees, less water than the Salty River, but it is perfect for the animals of this environment. Both male and female and cooling cattle can have those beautiful horns. Male and cooling cattle can get to be about 1,600 pounds and females about 1,400. The gray animals on your right-hand side, thousands of miles together when they migrate. When a baby is born during a migration, that baby needs to learn to walk within 15 minutes or its mother will leave it behind. 2,000 pounds, and they can launch that weight.
It's raining now.
8 feet in the air when they jump. Can you imagine that? It's like, see a male illegal attractive mate in rather interesting ways, such as he will dig his head in. Alright. Catching posts even by an elephant, and they will not get knocked over. But eventually these mounds will get run down. And they are, that is when small antelope can jump on top of them and use it as a lookout post for oncoming predators. Otherwise known as the new GNU because of the sound they make. It's not a as in reference to their patterns. So as they
Look at the baby, just hanging out in the rain by itself. Just look at it.
Made this artistic masterpiece that is the Maasai giraffe's patterns versus a reticulated giraffe that you might say it looks more orderly.
Oh wow. Wow, they're all over the place. Just
on top of the
just look at them.
Horns are once again called ossicones. They still share in common with their cousin in the forest, to the okapi. I'll stop once more just for a moment.
Yeah.
Those ossicones are made of more massaged cartilage when they're born, making the birthing process quite a bit easier. Soft cartilage becomes a harder burn as they get a bit older.
They're just trying to keep dry.
Then he noticed there was still a tree. He looked around and around and he didn't see any place for this tree, and so he threw it over his shoulder and it landed upside down. And that's how you got the baobab tree. Now the story may or may not be true, but what is true is that these trees are definitely very efficient with their water. It's a secret they hold deep down inside. So although they do kind of look barren, don't let that look confuse you. These trees can hold a couple 100 gallons of water in their trunks, and they can get to be a couple thousand years old. After their backs to the ground is about 14 feet. So if they reach up with their trunks, most likely they have a taller reach than giraffes are tall. Elephants do. Up ahead, pink birds. Otherwise known as greater flamingos, largest of the flamingo family, and also the lightest pink. They get that pink from the beta carotene found in bronze shrimp, a big part of their diet. So they eat a lot of shrimp, so they turn pink. Before they turn pink, they are gray. So see if you can find any flamingos with a bit of gray on their heads or necks. Those ones aren't quite fully grown yet. A bit of a closer view. Did you know they can charge at 35 miles an hour? Don't you love being so close? I do. I think so. And they can hold that speed for the length of a
Oh, look at the cheetahs. Would you just look at them? 3 of the babies. No, they're not babies, but they're babies to me.
You know?
He's out walking around instead of just...
Him out walking around, he's always sleeping.
Lions.
No way.
Lions are inactive about 20 hours of the day. Mostly active at night, which is about to say they are nocturnal. Nighttime is when lionesses go out. They'll do a majority of the hunting, and the lions like a small number for our population. But we're doing our part. We're trying to rebuild the numbers of the populations of the lions, especially Disney's Conservation Fund. They put these little antelope here with the horns. Those, well, they have a rather interesting story. Like you, these animals aren't even endangered anymore. It's a beautiful success story. And yes, those eggs do belong to ostriches. A lot of them are not doing very well when it comes to their populations, and that's because of poaching and over. Give out a nice roar for you. It could be a wonderful time. But unfortunately, as for now, it is the saddest part of my safari. The part where I must say, I can't. It's just, it's too sad and too final. So I'm gonna say Kwa Harini, probably translates to go well in Swahili. So everyone, grab your things. Watch your step as you get off the truck. Have a great night, everyone. Thank you for joining me at Kwa.